Everyone adored my wife, Claire. Neighbors praised her garden. Friends envied her immaculate kitchen. Even my mother once said, "You married an angel." I believed her. Claire was the embodiment of grace. Soft-spoken, always smiling, the kind who mailed thank you cards after every dinner. She packed my lunches, called my mother every week, and texted me words of encouragement before big meetings. To the outside world, Claire was a fairy tale. Inside our home, she was affectionate, dependable. We hosted game nights, donated to animal shelters, decorated early for every holiday. I thought we were a team. Until the envelope arrived. Came on a Wednesday morning. No return address, just my name written in tight cursive. Inside, one grainy photograph. Claire sitting at a downtown cafe, holding hands with a man I didn't recognize. Not just holding hands, fingers interlocked. She was laughing in a way I hadn't seen in years. I stared at that photo for 10 minutes before my hands started to shake. It's probably nothing, I told myself. Maybe a mistake. But deep down something colder stirred. And once you see the mask slip, you start rewatching every smile, every kiss, every excuse I didn't confront her. Not yet. Instead, I called someone I never thought I'd need. Marcus Layton, a college friend turned private investigator. $400 a day to confirm the kind of truth most people don't want to hear. "You want me to follow her?" He nodded. "Just tell me if I'm crazy." A week later, he delivered a folder. May 2022.zip. Dozens of photos. Time-stamped texts between Claire and someone named Aaron Hart. Hotel parking lot video. I didn't want to press play. But I did. There she was. My wife, the same woman who baked pies for church picnics, kissing another man like I'd never existed. That night, I lay beside her in bed, staring at the ceiling while she breathed softly, peacefully. I used to think she was my safe place. Now I wondered how many lies lived behind each gentle exhale. The next morning was routine. "Morning, love," she said. "Coffee's on." He kissed my cheek. I fought the urge to flinch. She wore her floral robe, smelled like fresh linen, hummed as she cracked eggs into a pan. It was all so perfect. And all so fake. Tea dinner. She told me she had lunch with friends at the botanical garden. Suggested a fall getaway. Just the two of us. Smiled. He nodded. Played my part. Because the most dangerous thing you can give a liar is the illusion you still believe them. Behind the scenes, I was collecting data. Photos, hotel check-ins, GPS logs from the tracker I planted in her glove box, credit card statements that didn't match her stories. Eventually, I got his real name. Aaron Coleman. Mid-30s. Personal trainer. Single. Big Instagram following. Flirted with every woman in his comments. I read their messages. "Brian's sweet, but you see me. I've been the good wife long enough. I want to feel alive." He'd never suspect a thing. He still thinks I'm perfect. She was right. I did. Until I saw who she really was. When no one was watching, one night, she stepped into the bedroom wearing a lace set I'd never seen before. "What do you think?" she asked, smiling coyly. I recognized it. Marcus had snapped a photo of her wearing it, 2 weeks earlier in a hotel room. With him. I smiled, cool and steady. "Beautiful," I said. Because now I knew exactly what I had to do. Claire thought she was untouchable. Years spent crafting the perfect image. Charity events, neighborhood brunches, casseroles for grieving neighbors. To the world, she was elegance incarnate. To me now, she was a bomb in heels. And I was going to make sure she detonated. Step 1. The paper trail. I met with our family attorney under the guise of early estate planning. I rewrote everything. Stopped contributing to our shared accounts. Moved my income to a trust under my sister's name. Froze our joint credit card, claimed suspected fraud. She came home furious. They canceled the card. Do you know how embarrassing that was? Feigned concern. Maybe the bank made a mistake. Want me to call them? She stormed off. Smiled. Step 2. The digital kill shot. With Marcus's help, and my legal access since I paid for the family plan, we hacked her cloud storage. what we found next. That's when the real unraveling began. I gathered everything. Screenshots, explicit messages, calendar entries. Every breadcrumb that led back to Aaron. Then I compiled it into a single folder and labeled it Claire behind closed doors. I sent it to 3 people. My attorney, her boss on the nonprofit board, and most importantly, her parents. She'd spent years painting me as the underachiever, the safe bet without ambition. Now they'd see the truth about their perfect daughter. Step 3: the setup. A week later, I suggested a garden dinner. Just close friends and family. You've been working so hard, I told her. You deserve to be celebrated. She lit up. You've been so sweet lately. Damn right I had. She planned it all. The fairy lights, the flower arrangements, the curated charcuterie boards. She wore a white dress. I wore a smile sharp enough to cut glass. At 7:43 p.m., as glasses lifted in a toast to her, the screen hidden behind the hedges flickered to life. Her parents froze. Her best friend dropped her wine. A 30-second supercut played. Claire and Aaron. Hotel security footage. Voice memos. Text threads. And then my voice. I was never the fool. I was just patient. Silence hung heavier than any argument we ever had. Claire stood motionless, glass trembling in her hand. Her mouth opened but nothing came out. Her father spoke first. Is this real? Claire whispered. No. This is edited. It's out of context. I stepped forward. I hired a licensed investigator. Everything is timestamped. Voice logs match your ID. Hotel staff confirmed it all. Her mother covered her mouth. Marcus, my investigator standing quietly in the back, nodded once. It's real. People didn't leave quietly. They walked out one by one. Some shook their heads. Others muttered disgusting loud enough for her to hear. Rachel, her best friend, leaned in and hissed. I defended you when people called you cold. You made me look like a fool. Claire stood in the ruins of her carefully crafted image, wearing that flawless dress, surrounded by the wreckage of her lies. The fall came fast. By morning I was gone. Moved into a short-term rental, everything handled through my lawyer. On the fridge I left a post. I wasn't too boring. You were just too basic to recognize loyalty. She was removed from the non-profit board for misconduct. Aaron vanished. Blocked her on everything. Ghosted her. The man she bet everything on decided the fallout wasn't worth the noise. Claire tried to spin it. Filed a motion for emotional distress. My lawyer handed over a meticulously organized folder. Months of evidence, calm behavior, zero confrontation. Case dismissed. She left court alone. No reporters. No supporters. No Aaron. Just a woman stripped bare in daylight. 9 months have passed. Claire rents a 1-bedroom on the other side of town. Her once curated Instagram gone. No brunch invites. The same people who once called her inspiring, now say nothing at all. I never replied to the emails that began with, "Can we talk?" Never returned the midnight voicemails that started with, "Please, just let me explain." There was nothing left to explain. She'd told her story. In texts, in hotel rooms, in the silence of betrayal. And I'd already replied. Through patience, planning, and proof. Was I unscathed? No. Some nights I still pause when my phone lights up. Some mornings I reach for a second coffee mug I no longer need. But peace isn't always loud. Sometimes it's knowing you didn't need to destroy someone. You just let them destroy themselves. Claire used to say I was too calm. Too predictable. She never realized. Calm men make the most dangerous architects. Final message. If you're wondering whether someone like Claire could fool you, yes. They always look perfect. Until they think you're not watching. But once you see them clearly, don't yell. Don't plead. Don't burn everything down. Just pull the threads. Let the mask fall. Let them expose themselves. If you've ever trusted someone who wore a mask, if you've sat silently while someone toyed with your heart, if you know that calculated revenge hits harder than chaos, then hit that like button. Subscribe to Lauren's story. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. You don't need to scream to deliver justice. Just be quiet long enough for them to hang themselves. This is Lauren's story, where betrayal meets consequence, and the quiet ones hit the hardest.